A fierce competitor and iconic figure in MLB history, Nolan Ryan Jr. stands as a legendary force in baseball. Over 4 years, he didn't just carve his name into the annals of the sport, he became one of the most intimidating pitchers the game has ever seen. His mere presence sent shivers down the spines of batters, and his legendary fastball became the stuff of nightmares. But how did this Texas-born phenom become one of the most feared pitchers in history? Stay with us as we dive into the extraordinary career of a true Texas legend, Nolan Ryan, a name that will forever echo in the halls of baseball glory. Nicknamed the Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan Jr. is more than just a former professional baseball pitcher. He's a living legend. Born on January 31st, 1947, he embarked on a record-breaking 27-year career, pitching for 4 different clubs, each time making a significant impact. He's one of only 31 players in baseball history to achieve such a feat. How incredible is that? An electrifying presence on the mound, Ryan had a way of getting baseball fans on their feet, his fierce competitive spirit driving his teams to victory. With a staggering 51 MLB records to his name and countless awards, his legacy is more than just statistics, it's the embodiment of baseball spirit. But where did his journey begin? As the youngest of 6 children, born to Martha Lee and Nolan Ryan Sr., his path to greatness started early. Encouraged by his father, who recognized his uncanny ability to hurl objects with precision, Ryan joined Alvin Little League Baseball at just 9 years old. By 11 and 12, he was already an all-star, and soon after, he pitched his first no-hitter, a sign of the greatness to come. During his high school career at Alvin High School, he set the school's single-game strikeout record, which stood for 44 years, striking out 21 hitters in a 7-inning game. His high school coach, Jim Watson, recalled opponents who were too terrified to step into the batter's box against him, and catchers who suffered broken bones from his blistering fastballs. That raw talent didn't go unnoticed. Red Murph, a New York Mets scout, declared, "This kid has the best arm I've ever seen." As a senior in 1965, Ryan's 9-3 record led the Alvin Yellow Jackets to the Texas High School State Finals. In his early years, this future star pitched in 27 games, with 20 starts, 12 complete games, 211 strikeouts, and 61 walks. But this was just a glimpse of what was to come. The New York Mets saw something special in Ryan, selecting him in the 12th round of the 1965 Major League Baseball draft. Despite being the 295th overall pick, his potential was undeniable. Ryan quickly proved his worth, pitching for the Marion Mets and the Mets team in the Florida Instructional League. By 1966, he was racking up strikeouts, 272 in 183 innings, to be exact. His performance earned him a promotion to the Class AA Williamsport Mets, where he continued to dominate, striking out 35 batters in just 19 innings. It wasn't long before the majors came calling. Despite being the second youngest player in the league when he debuted with the Mets, Ryan's skill set him apart. His arm was a weapon, an arm that fired pitches like a rocket launcher, but his early years weren't without challenges. Illness, an arm injury, and service with the Army Reserve limited his playing time in 1967. Yet, in the face of adversity, Ryan returned to the majors in 1968, determined to leave his mark. Used as a reliever and sports starter by the 1969 Mets, he contributed to their success in the postseason. Against the Atlanta Braves in the NLCS, he threw 7 innings of relief in Game 3, earning his first playoff win. He then saved Game 3 of the World Series, pitching 2 1/3 shutout innings against the Baltimore Orioles. The Mets went on to win the series in 5 games, giving Ryan his only World Series appearance, a moment of triumph in an otherwise challenging career. But, as with all great stories, there were lows. On April 18, 1970, Ryan tied a Mets record by striking out 15 batters in a single game. Yet his performance waned in the second half of the 1971 season, with his ERA climbing from 2.24 to 7.74. The Mets, losing faith, decided to trade him. Over 5 seasons with the Mets, Ryan appeared in 105 games, starting 74 of them. He compiled a 29-38 record, a 3.58 ERA, and a 1.39 WHIP, with 344 walks and 493 strikeouts in 511 innings. Despite his reluctance, Ryan was sent to the California Angels, a trade often considered one of the worst in Mets history, though reasonable at the time given his inconsistent performance. In California, Ryan's career took a dramatic turn. Finally given the chance to pitch regularly as a starter, he unleashed his full potential. In his first season, he led the league with 329 strikeouts, nearly a third more than the AL runner-up. It was just the beginning. Ryan set a major league record by allowing just 5.26 hits per 9 innings, breaking Louis Tion's 5.30 record from 1968 and posted a 2.28 ERA, a number that still stands as the second lowest in franchise history, trailing only Dean Chance's 1.65 in 1964. Despite a winning percentage that hovered just above .500, his strikeouts and no-hitters earned him considerable media attention. During his time with the Angels, he posted several winning records, including 19-16 in 1972, 21-6 in 1973, and 22-16 in 1974. On July 9, 1972, he struck out 3 batters on 9 pitches in the second inning of a 3-0 win over the Boston Red Sox, becoming the 7th American League pitcher to achieve this extraordinary feat. He was also the first pitcher in Major League history to accomplish the feat in both leagues, having previously done so on April 19, 1968, with the St. Louis Cardinals becoming the 8th National League pitcher and the 14th pitcher in Major League history to do so. During his time with the Angels, Ryan didn't just rack up stats, he made history. On July 9, 1972, he struck out 3 batters on 9 pitches, becoming the first pitcher to accomplish this feat in both leagues. And in 1973, he threw not 1, but 2 no-hitters, the second with a record 17 strikeouts, the most in a recorded no-hitter, a record later tied by Mark Scherzer in 2015. Later that year, Ryan also set a new benchmark, striking out 383 batters in a single season, surpassing Sandy Koufax's record. Ryan wasn't just competing, he was dominating. But Ryan was not done. By 1974, Ryan was baseball's strikeout king and its most intimidating pitcher. His fastball against the Chicago White Sox on September 7th officially clocked at 100.9 miles per hour by the Guinness Book of World Records in 1974 was so blistering that batters often struggled to even see it, let alone predict where it would land. I've never been afraid at the plate, but Mr. Ryan makes me uncomfortable, Hall of Fame slugger Reggie Jackson once admitted. He's the only pitcher who's ever made me consider wearing a helmet with an ear flap. That same year, he added a 3rd no-hitter to his resume and followed it with a 4th in 1975, tying another of Koufax's records. In 1974, Ryan struck out 19 batters twice, matching the single-game record for a 9-inning game, a feat previously achieved by legends Tom Seaver and Steve Carlton. Fast forward to 1979 when the Angels made the playoffs, Ryan took the mound in Game 1 of the ALCS against the Baltimore Orioles, delivering 7 strong innings. Despite his efforts, the Angels lost the game and were eliminated in Game 4. Ryan's 8 seasons with the Angels were marked by significant achievements. He led the American League in strikeouts 7 times and walks in 6 of those seasons, finishing 2nd in walks in 1975 and 1979. Since 1900, Ryan and Rob Feller are the only pitchers to walk 200 batters in a season, which he did twice, in 1974 and 1977. His 1974 no-hitter against the Minnesota Twins with 8 walks remains iconic. Over those 8 seasons, before becoming a free agent, Ryan recorded a 3.07 ERA, a 138-121 win-loss record, and a 1.29 WHIP, with 1,302 walks and 2,416 strikeouts in 2,181 innings over 288 starts, including 156 complete games. As a free agent, Ryan signed a 4-year contract worth $4.5 million, equivalent to $18.9 million in 2023, with the Houston Astros in 1979, becoming MLB's first million-dollar player, a contract that quadrupled his salary. And he didn't disappoint. In 1980, he hit a 3-run home run off Don Sutton, one of the only 2 in his career. That same year, he reached 3,000 career strikeouts, fanning the Cincinnati Reds' Cesar Geronimo. In 1981, Ryan broke another of Koufax's records, throwing his fifth no-hitter and becoming the third pitcher to do so in both leagues. His 1.69 ERA that season was the best in the National League, and by the end of 1982, he and Steve Carlton were neck and neck in the race to surpass Walter Johnson's all-time strikeout record. On April 27, 1983, Ryan did it, recording his 3,509th strikeout against Brad Mills of the Montreal Expos. By 1985, he struck out Danny Heap for his 4,000th career strikeout, a milestone few have ever reached. And then, in 1987 at age 40, Ryan defied the odds. He led the majors in both ERA at 2.76 and strikeouts at 270, earning a spot in the Cy Young voting. His 9 seasons with the Astros marked his longest tenure with any team, amassing a 106-94 record in 282 starts, a 3.13 ERA, 1.20 WHIP, with 796 walks and 1,866 strikeouts in 1,854 innings. But the story doesn't end there. At 42, the velocity on his fastball had not diminished, and he was still a quality major league pitcher. He left the Astros and signed with the Texas Rangers, becoming the first player to play for all 4 of MLB's original expansion teams, the Mets, Angels, Astros, and Rangers. In 1989, he went 16-10 and led the league with 301 strikeouts. On August 22nd, against the Oakland Athletics, he struck out Rickey Henderson to become the only pitcher to record 5,000 career strikeouts, a record that still stands today. 2 years later, at 44, he finished 5th in ERA at 2.91 and 3rd in strikeouts with 203, proving that age was just a number. In 1990, Ryan threw his 6th no-hitter on June the 11th against the Athletics and earned his 300th win against the Milwaukee Brewers on July the 31st. At age 44, he became the oldest player to register a no-hitter. Facing the best hitting team in baseball, Ryan kept the Blue Jays hitless, striking out at least one batter in each inning, finishing with 16, while walking 2 in the 3-0 victory for the Rangers. He extended his record by throwing the 7th no-hitter of his career, striking out Roberto Alomar, a feat that may never be matched. As his career neared its end, Ryan announced his intention to retire after the 1993 season, but fate had other plans. On September 22, 1993, at age 46, he tore a ligament in his pitching arm, ending his career 2 starts earlier than planned. He finished his career having played in the major leagues for a record 27 seasons and was the final active player from the 1960s to retire, outlasting Carlton Fisk. Despite his shortened season with the Rangers, he compiled a 51-39 record, a 3.43 ERA, and a 1.12 WHIP, with 353 walks and 939 strikeouts in 840 innings over 129 starts in 5 seasons. Ryan's legacy is unmatched, with a lifetime win-loss record of 324 to 293, .526, an 8-time All-Star, and 5,714 career strikeouts, an MLB record. He redefined what it meant to be a pitcher. His .204 batting average remains a major league record, and in 1999, he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility, with 98.79% of the vote, the 5th highest percentage in history. After retiring from baseball, Nolan Ryan ventured into various business endeavors. He became a spokesperson for Advil, served on the Presidential Commission for Physical Fitness, and owned several restaurants across Texas. In 2008, Ryan took on the role of president for the Texas Rangers, and by the following year, he'd purchased a controlling stake in the franchise. He remained in this leadership position until stepping down at the end of the 2013 season. Following his tenure with the Rangers, Ryan joined the Houston Astros as a special assistant. He played a key role in the organization through the 2019 season, including overseeing the team's historic first-ever World Series victory in 2017. Ranked 41st on the Sporting News list of the 100 greatest baseball players and inducted into the Irish-American Baseball Hall of Fame in 2011, Ryan's legacy is firmly etched in baseball history. In 2020, The Athletic further solidified his place among the elites, ranking him 50th on its Baseball 100. A true baseball legend, So, which of Nolan Ryan Jr.'s iconic moments is your favourite? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you're as awestruck by his career as we are, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible baseball stories. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.